Hi, I'm Denise Paris, co-founder of Hip About Health. And a lot of people ask us, what does Hip About Health mean? Now, hip means that you're hopeful, that you're informed, that you're prayerful, and you're proactive about your health. Are you hip about your health?
I'm Joy, and I'm hip about my health.
Hi everyone, I'm Marissa Prophet, and I'm hip about my health.
I am Gail, and I'm hip about my health.
Hi, I'm Melissa and I'm hip about my health.
My name is Tony Stewart and I'm hip about my health.
I'm Stacy and I'm hip about my health.
I'm Khadija and I'm hip about my health.
I am Sandra and I'm hip about my health.
Hi, I'm Chandel Gums and I'm hip about my health.
Hi, I'm Alison Chester and I'm hip about my health.
Hi, I'm Marsha Rose, and I'm hip about my health.
My name is Dwayne Paris, and I'm hip about my health.
My name is Desiree Edgel, and I'm hip about my health.
I am Natasha, and I am hip about my health.
I am Charlene Prince, and I am hip about my health.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Gunrad, and I'm hip about my health.
My name is Coel, and I'm hip about my health.
You're going to want to definitely join in this particular session. I'm really excited to introduce Lancelot Gordon and his team. They're going to tell you a bit about their organization, but they're located in my hometown, my home country, Guyana. So we're bringing you Guyana after we brought you Germany, yes, and the US. So Lancelot is going to be talking to us about physical health at home. And with his team there, they're going to be giving us a demonstration. So I'm really, really excited about this. If you got some space around you, make sure that you join in when they get to the demonstration part. Hello, guys.
Hey, good afternoon. Who's ready to get hip about their health?
We are.
All right, my name is Lancelot Gordon, and I'm joined by my business partner, Coel, and together we own Chrysalis Fitness Training. So Denise, I want to take this opportunity to thank you and your team for allowing us to share this space on your conference, giving us the exposure. And we are hoping that your audience can interact with us. Any questions that they might have, they can post it in the Q&A. And as you rightly said just now, we'll be showing some live demonstration of physical exercises that you can do right in the comfort of your home. So clear your space. We're set up in our home right now. Sure. We're going to be clearing our table with our nice plant here, so you can do the same to join in. So
yes, I'm not quite sure if we're hearing you quite clearly. Could the mic get a bit closer, or you guys need to speak up a bit? Yeah? All right, we're hearing you, but not as clear as we'd like to.
We're gonna speak up. We're gonna speak up.
Okay, great.
It's in the voice. All right. So as I was saying just now, I'll just repeat it for those of you who may not have heard me. We are set up as if we're at home, and we're going to be bringing physical fitness to your home. So we want to encourage you guys, regardless of the situation, you can remain physically active from the comfort of your home. So Coel and I will be doing a live demonstration of some physical exercises that you can do while you're at home. We're going to break it down. So you guys feel free to clear a space in your living room, in your bedroom, wherever it is that you're watching us from, and join in, right? We're going to have some fun with it this morning. So let me just get quickly into telling you a little bit about Chrysalis Fitness Training. As Denise said, we are based in Guyana. For those of you who do not know where Guyana is, we are in South America, the only English-speaking country in South America, as a matter of fact. So we were founded in 2019. We're a fairly young business, but as much as we are only into business 1 year, Coel and I has been in the fitness fraternity for well over a decade, right? Well over a decade. And we've been helping quite a few people achieve their fitness goals. right? And we never really looked for any compensation or remuneration from this. But last year we decided, hey, you know what? Maybe it's time that we started something that can give us something we can benefit from. So Chrysalis Fitness Training was founded in October 2019 by myself and Coel. And the name Chrysalis, that conveys the symbolism of transformation, basically, right? It's from the cocoon phase before a beautiful butterfly emerges, right? So, you know, you got that cocoon and then the butterfly comes out, that beautiful butterfly comes out, right? So that's how the name Chrysalis emerged. And, you know, us having that entrepreneurial drive, and wit, we developed our mission plan, invested, and we acquired the relevant equipment, and we commenced pursuing our dream of impacting the fitness market here in Guyana. We initially ventured out into outdoor fitness training. We did a lot of group trainings in the outdoors because we didn't want to be just like any other fitness service provider. We wanted to cater for those people who do not necessarily like the gym setting. So we wanted to, you know, basically set up outdoor breath of fresh air, target the people who are maybe not that physically active, who are not that mobile, might have some sort of disability, that kind of thing. So that's what we did initially. And then as the clientele grew and everybody has different needs, we transformed and we went into the gyms, we started with personal training, and we grew, right? So the amalgamation of our abilities bring for a personalized and family-oriented approach, you know, to building clientele. Because here at Chrysalis, we believe that our clientele are our family, and that's how we basically, you know, treat it. Our clientele are our family. All right. So we'll move on to what is physical fitness, and I'll give Coel a chance to just, you know, interact. It's an interactive session, so feel free if you have questions, shoot a question to us. We'll get the question, we'll be able to answer it, and we move along. So, what is physical fitness? Coel, you just want to chime in and brief our audience?
Yeah. Good morning, guys. Good morning, and thanks again for having us to educate you guys, to entertain you guys today. Like Lance said, we can make this nice and light and keep the train moving as gracefully as possible. Now, physical fitness is basically just the human body is built for movement, due to different various activities. How our body is built, we are built for movement and activity, right? So physical fitness is basically utilizing our bodies to perform tasks that in a regular day life, in a regimented way, as physical fitness basically outlined. Our bodies have energy, so this energy needs to be dispelled in some way. So physical fitness provides the outlet for us to utilize the calories that we consume, and we have the physical output to maximize our intake. So basically, in a nutshell, physical fitness is just basically utilizing the energy we have to burn our calories that we consume, and to basically improve our overall well-being. Basically.
And if I can just add to that, Coel, what I think is it can have different levels, because your physical ability might not be mine, and stuff like that. So if someone is aged and they have older joints and that kind of thing, the mere fact that they can get through their daily activity of getting up, doing some chores in the house, going to the grocery store, that kind of thing, that is physical activity for certain class of people. So it has different, it has different levels.
And that's how I consider eight people that we perform.
Yes, we perform.
All
right. So we want to share with you now some disadvantages of not being physically active, because you know, to everything there are advantages and disadvantages. So believe it or not, death is at the top of the list, right? Being able to be physically active, it's so refreshing, it's so warming, and not being able to, and knowing the fact that you can depart because you fail to, act on this, it's kind of, you drop the ball, and coronary heart disease, right? We talk about high blood pressure. That's something that a lot of people face. Every day people die from high blood pressure, stroke. And then we talk about metabolic syndrome, including obesity and abnormal blood cholesterol. These are all things that physical activity, if you don't get a lack of physical activity, you can develop over time. So we want to encourage each and everybody to, even if it's 15, 30 minutes in your day, to incorporate some sort of physical activity so you can eliminate, those chronic illnesses. Type 2 diabetes, that is another big killer when it comes to not being physically active. Believe it or not, breast and colon cancer, right? And depression. Now imagine you being depressed, and physical activity can actually help to ease that depression.
That's I always talk about this. Quick exercise is a free antidepressant. You don't have to chop your body full of pharmaceuticals to get that endorphin release in your body. Exercise provides that with that outlet for you to have a natural antidepressant, right? In reference to the points Lance made earlier, all these symptoms we listed are kind of exacerbated by the current status quo of the world right now with COVID-19. Anybody that wasn't physically active before, they would have been exposed to the likelihood of these occurrences in their lives. And it's kind of exacerbated now because COVID-19 is around, and we do know that pre-existing conditions, the person that who have not necessarily maintained a healthy, fit lifestyle are more susceptible to the effects of COVID-19. So Lance and I, again, when we envisioned doing this, we didn't necessarily see how the impetus of our actions at that moment, but it certainly is panning out because, as Terry mentioned in the previous presentation, your immune system is your first line of defense, or should be touted as the first line of defense. So us having this partnership and us doing what we do every week, every day, in and out, we're trying to communicate to people that your best tool in the current status of the world, the COVID-19 situation we have that has lifted all the boats. Basically, this tide came in and everyone's boat was lifted. So exercise, physical fitness, having an idea of how to get to do about doing these things is going to help mitigate a lot of the issues we are coupled with eating and all these kind of things. Really do help mitigate a lot of the negative affects that we listed here. So, we really want to do our part and make sure we position ourselves to facilitate our Guyanese people and work really widely because at least reaching all over globally. So, if our message is correct and you guys can identify with it, we do encourage you to start something. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate or over the top. You can just start something. Just in your regular day. Last time we just discussed it. Things that you can do,
while you're doing your chores.
Right.
We'll get to some of the issues
right.
A little bit later in our presentation. So those are just some of the disadvantages of not being physically active. And as I mentioned earlier, for every disadvantage there are advantages, right? So we'll touch on a couple of advantages of being physically active or living a physically active life or lifestyle. And naturally, it is intuitive to surmise that the benefits of physical activities are to counter the narrative affects listed price. So whatever it is that we listed previously in our previous slide, being physically active can actually counter those, right? So you can prevent, can I say premature death?
Yeah.
Right? You can actually prevent a premature death and improve your lifespan. So you can actually add years to your life just by being physically active, believe it or not. And additionally, physical activities provide a sense of accomplishment. It gives you confidence. There's some sort of aurora about you that confidence of being physically active and fit. The way I wish I strive, the way you strive and you struck your stuff, it's kind of different when you're physically active. You get that confidence.
All right, and the way you pass reflective surfaces, you gotta
you gotta take time to look. Exactly. When you're in the street and you're breaking necks because people want to stop and stare because they like what they see. You do now have to use that as motivation to encourage other people to get on that train and become physically active, right? So, and then the other thing I want to mention is that do not treat physical exercise as a punishment to your body, right? Physical exercise is actually
a reward.
It's a reward.
What your body can,
right? Because there are coaches and trainers that motivate and push you to go forward, go the extra mile. Hey, one more rep, one more set. And then you might say, oh, this is my limit. No, that is not your limit. You can go forward, right? So it's actually an achievement, it's a reward. Okay, I did not know I could do this. You know? So it's actually a reward. Physical fitness is actually a reward. Oftentimes we think that, hey, it's a punishment because our heart rate is all elevated and we're panting for breath and we're sweating in places we did not know we could have sweated. You know?
Do muscle alert.
Yes, it's not a punishment. You guys need to treat it as a reward. Right? So we want to get on into the nitty-gritty of our presentation now. Physical fitness at home. And we want to reach out to the listening ear who might have twins, who might have triplets, who might just have a newborn, whether it's 1, 2, or 3. And you cannot find that time to hit a gym. You cannot find that 30, 40 minutes to sit in front of a video that is demonstrating exercises. We want to share some basic stuff that you can do while you're at home, incorporating physical activity into your day-to-day lifestyle. You know, and just before we came on, Coel and I we were just chatting about a couple of things, and I mentioned, hey, you know, what if when you're doing the dishes at your sink, you know, music, let's say music is playing in the background, and you're basically doing some side steps. And you're basically doing some side steps. That is movement. That is physical activity. Right. You know? You want to put up some cans. You just came from the supermarket with a bunch of bags, and you want to put some cans into the pantry. What if when you're putting the cans into your pantry, you get up on your tippy toes? You're actually working your calf muscles, right? And there's so many other things that you can do at home, physically active, being physically active and working those muscles, you know, getting your move on or your groove on, and you don't even know that you're burning calories. Right?
Correct. 100%. So yeah, like Lance said, yeah, we just, you know, talking about it, and yeah, there's certain things like when you go to sit down in a chair, you know, you can come down, you can get some isometric movements going, nice and slow, get back down, and do different kind of things. There are many different ways you can, in your everyday life, you can do things a little differently, just to activate the body differently and burn more calories, right? Obviously, not as high amount as you have high calorie expenditure, but there's certain things you can do in your regular day-to-day life that you can incorporate some tips and techniques to maximize your ability to get the output from your body, burn more calories. Well, a lot of persons are working from home and they're sedentary all day. You should get up, you know, get up, do a few squats, you know,
walk around the office,
walk around your table, do some leg swings. You know, leg swings, you just get up and swing your leg, do a whole bunch of different things. But you have to have that mindset here that you can do these things. These things are necessary to help combat inactivity, because a lot of us are kind of stuck at home still, working from home, and you can't go anywhere. So there are various things you can do, and Lance and I are going to show you later on a kind of a regimented program you can follow. And there's a whole bunch of information out there as to what you can do and different techniques you can use at home. But we're going to go show you guys in a few.
Well, right after this, we're going to get into our live demonstration. We're going to move this beautiful planted table out to the way, and we're going to get down to business. And we want to encourage you guys to join. If you have a space, you're sitting at your desk, you're sitting in your room, in your living room, whether it's in front of the television, just move your table just as we're going to do. Create a space. Even if you don't have a yoga mat, you're going to work on the floor. Put on some comfortable shoes because you need some shoes to protect your feet. Now we're going to demonstrate some basic movements that you can do at home. Now that the gyms are closed, now that the parks and all the open spaces might be closed where you are, you can do at home to remain physically active. One of the things that just came to mind while you were going there, Coel, is if you have stairs in your house, or while you're climbing your stairs, that by itself is something that you can really, you know, use to your advantage. And not just use it to your advantage because Lance and Coel are telling you, hey, be physically active. No, when you're doing it, you want to have that mind to muscle connection. That when it's done, you know that it's done correctly, and you're able to achieve something. You're able to burn some calories. You might not be able to hit it as if you're on the treadmill running for an hour, but you're still right? You're still. So, who's ready for some live demonstration of basic movements we can do right from the comfort of our home?
But before we go into that,
Yes.
so before we go into that, we want to talk a bit about biomechanics, right? Now, the human body, as intimated earlier, is designed for physical movement. All exercise is putting your body in a what's called a biomechanical favorable movement to maximize its performance, right? So the routines that we're going to show you guys are biomechanically designed for the body's optimal movement, right? We'll go through series what called compound movements, and different things that highlight to you how the body is designed to work. How the muscles, the musculature structure, and the skeletal structure all work in conjunction to facilitate your body's optimal movement, right? Anytime you're doing any kind of physical activity or exercise and you experience pain, and that pain is centralized around your joints, then you're doing something incorrect, right? So biomechanics is very, very important. Lance and I have a mantra, the 3 F's that we follow here, right? The 3 F's of fitness, which is function, form, and failure, right? Function is what we decide to do. Form is how we do it, the biomechanics of it. And failure or fatigue is what you must experience in your muscles before you decide, well, before you've actually worked the muscle inside, right? Lance hinted earlier about mind to muscle connection, right? A lot of the times when we exercise, when we do activity, our brain sends impulses to the least amount of muscle fibers for us to perform this activity. So like if I'm gonna shake Lance's hand, right? And I do this and I'm back. My brain sent impulses to the least amount of muscle fibers for me to do that. But if I keep doing this, those initial muscle fibers are going to get tired and your body is going to recruit other muscles for you to perform that action. So that's why it's very important that form is always important, because this needs to be strict. Technique needs to be strict every time you go in. So those initial muscle fibers are going to get exhausted, and then the others are going to start to kick in, and then you're going to start feeling a little burning and some sensation going on in your body, right? So the form is very important, the function is, and most importantly, you must feel some degree of fatigue or failure in your muscles to let you know that your muscles are actually working. And there's a whole bunch of different things that are going on inside your body at the time when you perform it. There's oxygen delivery, there's nutrient delivery to your muscles, and all these different things that are going on to help facilitate your movement, right? So we're going to demonstrate that, again, form is very important. So if you're going to have a home regimen, it's important that you try to educate yourself a bit, and we're going to assist you with that, and how to move correctly so you're maximizing your body's optimal performance and you're not creating any stress that's going to cause injury, because we always want to mitigate injury. I don't think we've ever had a client of ours that was injured during our work, because we're very, very, very keen on form and making sure our clients are actually maximizing their performance to achieve their goals. So enough said. We're gonna move on, and we're gonna give you guys an opportunity to see a brief workout regimen that we designed, and it's gonna help you guys with your fitness at home. So if you were listening, we're gonna just move in clear space, and we're gonna go through a routine with you guys. All right? Good. So feel free to clear the table. Right. Feel free to clear a chair, and we are gonna spread our mats. We got a nice fancy mats here. We're gonna put them down. And for this part of our presentation, we would have recruited the services of Malaika. Right? Malaika is my wife, and she's also a part of our Christmas Fitness Stream, of course, a paying member. So his family. So again, with physical activity, you want to make sure that you're warming up correctly and warming your body up correctly, right? So because we're gonna do a brief demonstration exercise, we want your body to be warmed up correctly and your blood flowing. All right, so we're gonna do a quick warm up. We're gonna do 3 rounds. You can do the whole 3 rounds. We're gonna do jump rope, or we're gonna mind the actual jump rope, or we're gonna do jumping jacks, and then we're gonna do jump rope, steam engines, and good morning. So these exercises are very biomechanically favorable. bit of space here. So Lance and Elijah, I just ate, so I'm not necessarily going to do it with them. So we're going to do jumping jacks. I'm sorry, jump rope first. The technique is, like in train, right? So the technique is, you're going to simulate the movement of a jump rope, right? Your feet placement should be just about shoulder width, and you want to maintain that form. Tuck the elbows, and we go, right? So we're going to start with the timer. We have a timer here. At home, you can also, there's many timers that you can download from your app store, your Play Store. You're going to have this help guide you through the routine.
And throughout what we're going to do, Malika is going to offer some modified versions of the exercises because we know everybody's physical fitness levels are basically at different heights, right? So while I'm going to execute, so the elite standard, Malika is going to modify it to what somebody who's not at that standard can.
And the good thing about interval training is that you can work at your own pace, right? You don't want to have yourself there slapping around and just trying to perform, and then you're not necessarily doing it correctly. You want to maintain your form. You want to make sure that you control your pace, right? So the routine is going to last about 6 minutes, and I hope you guys at home are ready to go with us for this brief 30 minutes. Our interval are 30 seconds, and we have a 10-second delay between that routine, right? So this is go from the top again. We're going to do what are called jump ropes. We're going to simulate jump ropes into steam engines into good mornings, right? So everybody's there, and we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and we go. Jump rope. Nice technique. There you go. Boom.
Ensure those elbows are nicely
tucked.
And all you're doing is stimulating as if you have a physical jump rope, right?
So when you so you're here, you're stimulating as if the rope is going over your head. You go. And
It's a rhythm. It's a rhythm.
Rhythm.
Right? It's a rhythm.
We say a rhythm in your big toe. A rhythm.
A rhythm.
A rhythm. See, Malika's doing a modified version. Lance and I are doing the strict version, right? And you go. The clock is going. It's going.
It's only 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Only 30 seconds.
And down.
Good. So we have 10 seconds, and then we transition into steam engines.
And here we go. And go. Give it here. Boom. Boom. So what this does, what this routine does, it activates the core muscles, it gets the legs involved, and it gets the upper body involved. All right? So again, you work at your own pace, and you can see the intensity. You marry the elbows with the knee, all right? And you bring it up and engage the core. So we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Remember, this is just your warm-up phase. This is just your warm-up phase. So we get into the next routine, which are good mornings. Good mornings. So you put your hands into the ear. Right? And you go down, and you come and you squeeze. Down and squeeze. Right? What this does, again, this activates your core, your hamstrings, your glutes, everything's working together, right? And you guys can't see it, but there's some sweat starting to form here. There's some sweat starting to form. Let me know if it works. This is just the first round. And relax, right? So that's our first round complete of our warm-up. Getting back into our jump rope position. Arms out. And go. There you go. Rhythm.
All we're doing while we're warming up,
Rhythm.
is sending oxygen to all the muscles that we're getting ready to work,
correct,
right?
So again, it's nice and pace and comfortable for you guys to perform, right? You like
the importance of getting your body warm, or one of the importance is that, it prevents injuries.
Correct.
Right? You want to mitigate any chances of you
hurting
yourself.
One thing I also encourage you guys to go and relax. One thing I want to encourage you guys to go to do is to incorporate other family members. If you have goals that you need to achieve, incorporate other family members. And go. So steam engines, look at the form. See what Lance is doing, he's marrying his knees and elbows at the midsection.
Right?
Right?
Pulling on my neck,
Not
right?
pulling on his neck. Just twisting the body and getting it there.
Right?
Right?
The core engaged.
This core engaged. Remember, you're working at your own pace. Working at your own pace. All right? And Lancelot like a very good example of a fit family. You just see some of the meals different here. Meal cover are well touted in our fitness group. They love it too good. So next round, getting into the good mornings, right? The good morning and go. Good mornings. So we're just about into the second round of the warm up. Your body should, you feel your heart rate elevated. Feel your pores opening and sweat being released from your body, and you're feeling all kinds of activation in those muscles.
And for this particular exercise, we want to do is keep your feet flat. You don't want to tip over on your toes. You want to remain solid on your heels, right?
Right? And relax. There you go. Yeah. So that's the second round complete. We have one more round, guys. If you're there working with us, you want to stay tight. Right? Your body nice and loose now. Last round and go. Last round, get that jump rope. Again, you see the form is pretty strict. Where your feet land, you want to consistently land in that area. All right? But like I was doing 45, where she's going like this, which is fine. That's okay. That's okay. But here, right here, get it. All right? So the 10 seconds out, keep going. This is the last round of the warm-up. Right? And relax. Good. So everybody at home, if you're doing this, I can say, you guys can't see that, but that's dripping.
Yeah, I'm into this. I'm into this.
So there you go. Go.
I'm into this. Look at me. Look at me. I'm into this. I'm dripping wet. Dripping. Come on. Come get wet with us. Come get wet with us.
Come on, go. Steam engines, go. Remember, you're engaging the core. Engaging the core. Warming those bodies. Those bodies up. Getting that muscle. Those muscles ready to perform. Right? The first routine that we're going to do is an example of a compound movement, which is squats. Right? And relax. Squats are the most effective, one of the most effective compound exercises that you can do in your fitness regimen. Really good. We're going to get into it. Good. So good mornings are started. These are good mornings. Again, if you notice, Lancelot and Malika are not pulling on their necks. Lancelot side is showing the rigidity of the back, right? See, back is not rounded. It's nice. Right, maintain a nice S curve in your spine, and you're good to go. Look at activation. You can see the activation. See the gluteal activation here. See what's going on in the butts. Look at those butts. All right, so it's working, and we're getting there. We're getting there. Get that activation going, and relax. There is the warm-up section of today's routine. Again, this is pretty easy for you guys to do. And
see that? See that? And that's just the warm-up.
Right,
and that's
so,
just the warm-up.
Good. So what we prepared for today's routine, again, I was talking earlier about the compound movement, which is squat. The squat works, it's called a compound movement because there are multiple joints working in conjunction for you to perform tasks. So you get flexion of the hips, knees, and ankles to perform the exercise, right? So what we're going to do today, again, you're all into the basic style of training. We're going to do 3 positions of squats. First position, Lance has his weights. If you have weights, you can incorporate that into your routine. If you're working at home, you have, you're at home and have stuff in your pantry, you want to access your pantry, you have something weighted. You have a can of peas. I want something a little bit heavier. We have some vinegar. We want to do some cooking. We want to do some cooking for us. Right? We want to do some cooking. So the 3 positions we're going to do for today's squats, we're going to do wide sumo squat. Again, form is important. So with a squat movement, you might get a little wider, again, frame, right? So with a squat, any leg exercise is going to be, you want to create torque by pressing on your heels always. So when you go down, your feet is flat. When you press down, you're pressing down your heels. When you press on your heels, it activates your pelvic bone and contracts all the muscles surrounding the area here to get the full activation of your legs. The first section is going to be wide for 20 seconds interval. You're going to come in to a neutral position, which is your shoulder width. A neutral shoulder width position. And then at the end of that interval, we come in for close. right? So these various positions work. The wide sumo works the inner part of your thighs. The neutral works more of the front part of your thighs. And close works the outer part. So you're gonna get a full, robust activation in your legs, right? So it's not the lighter position. We're gonna start our timer, and you guys can follow along at home. I think our pace is pretty good, right? We're gonna make it a good pace. Everybody can go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's why you turn aside, so you can get aside. We can get a profile view of your movement, so you can see how strict his form is, right? You want to make sure you're going down nice and perpendicular. You're not leaning forward. Your form is really strict. And important to note, when you're coming up, you're not locking the knees out. What you're doing, and relax. What you're doing is that you're squeezing the glutes at the apex of the movement, and that's going to give you some slight bend in the knee and preserving it. And go. So this would be the neutral position squat. Neutral position. So it's important to note again, look at the form, tight. Right? Chest up, body is perpendicular if physically possible, and you're pressing on the heels and pushing up. Get that activation. At the apex, you're squeezing the glutes. Right? And relax. Then we go for a neutral, a close position. The legs are like this. And go. So we're working together. So again, it's important that you create activation from the base all the way up. Right? If you look at Lance's form, it's tight and strict. And right now, he's feeling more activation here. Right? And the calves and everything is working in conjunction. So it's tight. All right? Great. So that's our first round. So the second round starts now, and go. Deep. All right? Deep. Nice strict form. You see the movement is strict. The form is really, really good. Right? That's what we want to maintain. You guys want to maintain a nice strict form so we mitigate any kind of injuries. Because you're at home. You want to make sure you're doing exercise as comfortably as possible. Great. Complete. Right? We're going neutral now. Face forward. Make sure your feet are aligned. And go. Down and up. Again, see the form. I like this form. It's pretty tight and strict. Lance's form is pretty tight and strict. And they're working. You guys can't see it, but they're dripping wet with sweat. So that's good. Once you get that sweat going, that blood flowing, it's an amazing feeling. The endorphin release after this exercise is going to be amazing. It's going to be wonderful. All right, great. Relax. We're switching now to close. Again, this is a simple 30-minute workout you do at home. And go. Down and up. Again, the form is tight. But when you start exercising from a period of inactivity, you're gonna have some moments where you're gonna break down. You're gonna have some moments where you're not gonna perform as well as you'd like. But that's okay. Once you stay consistent at it, you're going to achieve your goal. All right? This is the second round complete. And relax. So we completed round 2 of the set. So we start from the top again, getting back into our sumo position. And go. Nice and deep. Again, you see Lancelot, like this form has not broken once. They've maintained tight, strict form, which maximizes the activation of the muscles and maximizes the output. All right? I'm thinking about what I'm doing and get my muscle connection. Building a connection with the activity and you perform. And relax. And I said earlier, it's okay to not get the form correct in the beginning, but as you progress, your body becomes more habitual, it becomes easier for you. And go. This is the neutral position. Down and up. Again, you see the form is very, very strict. I can see the camera actually glistening. You're glistening, bro. So that's sweat. See, that's how that's glistening. That's sweat, guys. That's sweat. Much earned sweat. Good. So we're working. Good. There you go. Round 2 complete. We're going to the last round, and then we transition. Right? Last round transition. And go. Down and up. Here we go. There's the exercise. Nice and smooth. Right. Beautiful. Look at that form. See the form? The form is tight. Form is extremely tight. So this is really, really good. So they're both maximizing on their output. They're both getting activation they need and achieving their goal. There you go, guys. Level life. Let's go, girl. Let's go, girl. Right? So really good. Tell me what you feel, guys. Tell me what you feel. I haven't done it.
After just one round, you
One
guys
round.
can see it on my trousers, right?
Alright.
I'm dripping wet. One point I want to make note of is your breathing, because you're going to start, your heart rate is going to go up, and you're going to start breathing, right? So we want to do is have that under control. So like to the squat position, you want to take a nice deep breath through your nostrils as you go down. So you take, as you come up, you let that go through your mouth, right? So that's one way you can control your breathing while you're going through these activities.
Correct. Right. So that's first round complete on the legs. We're going to move on, right, to the next round, upper body, right? We need some upper body exercises. And for this, you can like get your home, you can get a little towel, or if you have weights, you can use weights, right? When we have our towels here, what we're going to be doing, you're going to dry off, right? Good. So what we're doing now are some push-ups, right? We're going to do 3 position push-ups. Now, Malika's going to do the modified version, and Lance is going to do the full version, right? Now with push-ups, the push-up is a good, effective compound upper body movement exercise, right? With a push-up, you're going to feel activation in your biceps, your triceps, your shoulders, your chest, and your back. All right, so it's a really, really good exercise. Start targeting upper body. But the position we're going to go, similar to the squat, we're going to go wide, right? Then we're going to go neutral, and then we're going to go diamonds. Girls' best friend. Girls' best friend. This is the only place you're going to get some free diamonds while you exercise. Okay? So again, we're going to start against intervals. If you're going to be on the floor for the modified version, we might turn lateral. Side view of you, right? So the modified version is you're going to be on your knees. If you're going to be on your knees, like what? Like you fold your mat, or you can get a good cushion, right? You want to, again, our goal at Chrysalis is to mitigate injury and not cause any unnecessary pain. So if you're going to be doing the modified version, make sure your knees are adequately padded so you don't hurt them while you perform, right? Because if you feel pain there, kind of your brain kind of focuses there, and you kind of, like Lance said, you're unable to build that mind and muscle connection because you're feeling pain somewhere else where you ought not be feeling pain, right? So we're going to get into the push-up position again. We agreed, we have a contract. Wide, then neutral, and then diamonds, close, all right? So we're going to start. Again, this is a good upper body exercise, everybody. Mike is going to get in position. Again, intervals, you work at your own pace. Everybody's in position. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Again, Lance's body is nice and flat, right? His back is not rounded. Look at the form. Good. But it's important to note Lance's position of his elbows. His elbows are not in line with his shoulders. They're tucked and in a 45-degree angle, so when he goes down, he maximizes on his chest. Right? Good. So that's your first round. Close. Now we're going close. Right? Look at like this form too. Neutral, right? So look again. You go down and you come up as perpendicular as possible. You're not going back and forth. Your shoulder should be above your palms. Okay. Good. There you go. There you go. Relax. You see that? Good. Now we're going to the diamonds. Now the diamonds are more concentrated on the tricep. The triceps. You're going to feel that activation there. Mostly you're going to feel that activation there, right there. Right here, you're going to feel that burning going on. Your chest is also activated, but you're going to feel a lot of the stress of the exercise here, focused here. So that's good. So you're getting a nice robust interaction with this upper body. Good. Relax. Good. Woo. Good. So let's start. We're pressing time, so we got to push through. And that will be your example of your upper body exercise. So we're going to go straight into a demonstration of core exercise. The core is pretty important. You're a bit of trivia. Your core, your abs, the only group of muscles you have that are not wrapped around the bone. So every time you're moving, every time you're active, your core or your abdominals are activated to help to facilitate your movement. There's a thing called abdominal compression that happens when you force your abdominals tight, and it appropriates your energy throughout your body, right? So what we're going to be doing is do a few core exercises that are targeting various areas of the core, the lower abdomen, upper abdomen, and the entire middle section here. So the first exercise we're going to do is what is called a reverse crunch. Reverse crunch, and this is going to activate the hip flexors and the lower abdomen, right? And it's very, very useful for targeting the abs, right? So here we go. You guys can see at home. We're going to start our timer. You look at the form, make sure the form is tight. Reverse crunches. So we want to create like an arc, right? You can put your hands under your butt for leverage, or the side. There we go. These are reverse crunches. There you go. See that form? It's nice and tight. Get that butt up the mat. There you go. There you go. Work it. You feel that activation in your lower abdomen, this area here, right here. Work that here. And relax. Good. So now we're going to go into toe touches, right? So legs are up, and you reach for those toes. This is going to work the upper abdomen a bit more. You're going to feel that contraction there. Again, as Lance indicated earlier, you want to control your breathing. You want to make sure your breathing is optimal, all right? In and out. There you go. In and out. Work those bodies. Let's go. There you go. There you go. Beautiful. And the last is a plank. So you're going to turn over. The plank is one of the most effective abdominal exercises there are. So plank. Mike is going to do a modification to the plank, which is a 6-inch raise, activates the core similarly. So you're going to lift the legs and hold it up 6 inches. That is the modified version to a plank, right? So to activate the core similarly, you got to hold it up. When you look at Lance, it's like a board. And relax, right? So that is a demonstration of a core exercise. You can repeat that for 3 rounds. And if you can, Lance, can you demonstrate one that let's convey a point to the viewers on the plank, right? Lance coined this joke that when we're doing planks, you want export quality planks. And if planking good, you can send it back to the sauna, right? So if you look at this form, right, it's like a board, right? Tight, nice and flat. Look at that. There's a line, right? Also to note with planks, when you're doing planks, you want to make sure that your shoulder is in line with your elbows to create a nice right angle position so you're well supported, nice structure. Put some weight on here, right? Right? See that? Good. So it's very important that form is important. See, Lance hasn't moved yet. But he strong. Right? So that's key. That's always key, right? So to wrap things up, so we can talk to you off below, right? Right? We want to do some stretching. What's also important is stretching after your workout. So we're going to get some stretches going. There's a few stretches you can do to shut down those muscles that you activated while working. It's very important to shut the muscles down. So we're going to take at least about 2 minutes more, and we're going to show you guys some stretches. So you can do it one by yourself. You can get it. Right. So we worked our hamstrings and glutes. So you want to bring that one leg in and clasp your hands at the back of your leg and pull it. Pull it to its maximum stretch, and then you raise it as far as physically possible. You're going to feel pulling in this area here. You're going to shut those muscles down. Now, this is called a static stretch where you hold the position, right? The dynamic will be moving all over. This is static. So you're going to hold the position to shut those muscles down. Then you go back down. You repeat the same with the other leg. You pull it to its maximum stretch, and then you extend the leg out. And you're going to feel that activation in the glutes and hamstrings, and it's going to desensitize these muscles and shut them down. Right? Stretch it out. So another exercise So you work the quads also. You want to turn over, and we want to shut the quads down. So you reach back one side, grab, and extend the other arm out. All right? Pull and hold. You're going to feel that stretch happening in your quad area here, right? You feel all the way up into your hip joint, right? And relax, and then we alternate. A good rule of thumb is about 5 to 10 seconds hold to really shut those muscles down because they're activated. You want to relax them so your body can start healing, all right? And relax. And we're going to grab them together, and pull. Tilt the head back, body nice. Fall the hip, let the hips fall into the mat, and relax. Right? That's it. That's it for your lower body. If you want to sit up, you want to stretch those upper body muscles. So what we're going to do now is we're going to place one hand on your opposing hip. You want to push over. Again, 5 seconds or 5 to 10 seconds. And repeat the other side. Push over. Again, you want to breathe in. Nice, slow, deliberate breaths. You put the hands on the hip. And you force one elbow forward and one elbow back. And you'll feel like a diagonal slash across your back. Stretch and hold. And then repeat the same the other side. Stretch those muscles. Good. You want to stretch the arm across the body. Stretch the chest out. Stretch, hold, stretch, hold. Place the arm. You want to stretch those arms out. Touch shoulder blade. You want to pull in the elbow. Get that stretch going. And then you want to repeat the same on the other side. Touch. You like to say, look into your armpit and smell it. Look into your armpit and smell that freshness. And there you go. The body is stretched, and you've had a home workout using whatever space you have at home and whatever equipment you have at home. So Lance, tell them how your experience.
Wow. If you're there at home sitting and you haven't gotten up off of the sofa, off of your bed, wherever it is that you're watching us from, and try this, I implore that you take mental notes of what we just did for just about 20 minutes and do it, incorporate it into your daily activity. Look at me. I'm dripping wet, and it's raining outside, so the place is cool. I'm dripping wet from just 20 minutes, and we've had a full body workout. My chest is on fire, my arms are on fire, my legs,
Look at them
most
guns.
of all.
Look at them guns. Show them guns, man. Show them
My
guns.
legs most of all. My legs most of all are on fire.
Muscle there, man.
Right? So I implore you guys, if you're there, you did not get a chance to join in for whatever reason. The baby's asleep, you don't want to wake him up. I implore you made the mental notes. You had handwritten notes. Come, do it. Get some information. Read up what it is that you have to do. Look at some video demonstrations. Reach out to Denise, who can reach out to Chrysalis with this training, and we can assist you getting physically fit at home, whether it's during COVID or after COVID. All right, so
any questions?
If there are any questions that you guys want to shoot to us, feel free to drop it in the Q&A. Denise will get it to us and we can answer you as the session goes on. We're pressed for time. We went over by a couple of minutes, but we hope that we would have shared some good information, did some good demonstration, and help you guys get mobile while at home. Thank you.
All right. Good stuff.
Yes. Thank you guys very much. I must admit, I did not join in. I'm one of those guilty people, but I'm thinking I am not going to be able to compose myself and come back here. But the great news is, if you have any questions, remember you got a question and answer section tab at the bottom of your Zoom, and Lance and team will address those questions while we're going on to the next session. We do have Chrysalis with us we're hosting another event on the 5th of December. There's going to be totally fitness at home. So they're going to get your full attention. So you got to make sure you come fully prepared. And we're going to send out some more details on that after this. So you'll get it by email. So Yes, but thank you guys ever so much. Hi, I'm Denise Paris, co-founder of Hip About Health. And a lot of people ask us, what does Hip About Health mean? Now, HIP means that you're hopeful, that you're informed, that you're prayerful, and you're proactive about your health. Are you hip about your health?
I'm Joy, and I'm hip about my health.
Hi everyone, I'm Marissa Prophet and I'm hip about my health.
I am Gail, and I'm hip about my health.
Hi, I'm Melissa and I'm hip about my health.
My name is Tony Stewart, and I'm hip about my health.
I'm Stacy, and I'm hip about my health.
I'm Khadija, and I'm hip about my health.
I am Sandra, and I'm hip about my health.
Hi, I'm Chandel Gums, and I'm hip about my health.
Hi, I'm Alison Chester, and I'm hip about my health.
Hi, I'm Marcia Rose, and I'm hip about my health.
My name is Dwayne Paris, and I'm hip about my health.
My name is Desiree Edgel, and I'm hip about my health.
I am Natasha, and I am hip about my health.
I am Charlene Prince, and I am hip about my health.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Gunrad and I'm hip about my health.
My name is Coel, and I'm hip about my health.